Hello. Today we'll be talking about marketing and promotions with Nelson Harvey today on The Bernie Hayes Show. Welcome back. I am Bernie Hayes. My guest is Nelson Harvey. Mr. Harvey, how are you, sir?
I'm fine, Bernie.
Good to see you. Marketing and promotion, that's your forte. You've been around a long time doing the marketing and promotions, have you not?
You know, Bernie, I started my career in 1973 at 7-Up World Headquarters. Mm-hmm. And since that time, I've been doing promotions, marketing, media, all those years. Love it.
And now you're president of the St. Louis Black Tourism Association, is that right?
Exactly.
What is the St. Louis Black Tourism Association? We need to know that.
The St. Louis Black Tourism Association is an organization that tries to enhance traffic into the black community. Mm-hmm. Now, we look at about a 350-degree radius around the city of St. Louis, such cities as Decatur, Illinois, Springfield, Illinois, trying to generate and get the black community to come in and experience the heritage, entertainment, food, everything that St. Louis City has to offer. Because again, the number one industry in the city of St. Louis is tourism, and we need to be a part of that. Mainly, it's been trying to coordinate and get together with club owners, restaurant owners, DJs, musicians, and letting them know that we need to invite people to come to St. Louis so they can feel safe and comfortable and enjoy the rich history of our city.
Mm-hmm. The St. Louis Cardinals and the St. Louis Blues hockey team, these entities always are promoting tourism. Do you got a piece of that pie? Or are you on the fringes, on the periphery, or what?
You know, Bernie, historically, the city has a hotel tax. They have the sports athletic tax, in which all athletes who participate and play get paid from the city of St. Louis. They're paying their taxes, which that should go toward tourism also. But most of the black organizations do not get a part of those dollars. Now, the stadium, the Cardinals, the Blues, the zoo, those are standard tourism items that people are coming to. What we're talking about is that if we're able to generate additional traffic into the St. Louis marketplace, okay, then the club owners, the restaurateurs, the boutique owners will have an opportunity to generate additional traffic and income. That's our main thing, because we know that it's definitely important to be able to distribute goods and services throughout our community. Now, that came, as you know, as being general manager at Lismark Distributing with Colonel Gates. With Colonel Gates, Lismark was the one of three only black-owned operated Miller beer distributorships in the country. And St. Louis, the Tavern Owners Association was the #1 Tavern Owners Association in the country and also the largest. This combination of Lismark Distributing and the Tavern Owners Association was a breakthrough, not only just for St. Louis, but for a market-to-market approach for the black market to take control of a lot of goods and services. Because again, we were able to reach black enterprise top 100 businesses with 80% of our total sales being in the black market. And with this emphasis on diversity and getting the black community involved into the economic development of the city of St. Louis, we need to be able to have promotional activities that are supported and funded not only through the corporations and the city governments, but again, making certain that the voices such as lighting in our communities, the neighborhood bars with lighting can also affect the security of the neighborhood. It's a very stabilizing aspect of it. So ours is just simply to increase traffic of citizens that want to come and enjoy the city of St. Louis and enjoy the Black experience.
You had a very stellar career with Lismark Distributing. And so how did you get along with Colonel Gates?
Colonel Gates, I worked for Lismark for a decade. I met with the Colonel every single day for 10 years, for an hour. Dynamic personality. I learned a great deal. And most of the things that I'm doing now is a result of continuing on trying to make certain that the Black community is able to participate in the development of the city. The Colonel was one that felt that we needed an opportunity to simply gather some of these union high-paying jobs to try to get more of the tavern owners and package store owners, convenience store owners involved in interchanging of the interdependency of the Black dollar is extremely important. The Colonel taught me that, and I'm still trying to get people to come together and say, hey, look, let's join with the city of St. Louis and make certain that St. Louis is an exciting destination. And the only way that can be done is the sum of the parts. If the zoo is a fantastic place to come to, maybe the Ambassador or some other venue or some other club or restaurant is also a favorite spot. But again, from a business standpoint, we're looking at targeting cities like Decatur, Illinois, Springfield, Illinois, as I mentioned, because your neighborhood city clubs are small and you can't deal with thousands and thousands of people, but you would be 20 to 25 additional people coming into the St. Louis Black market means a great deal to a lot of these club owners, and that's what we want to try to do.
How did the pandemic affect the St. Louis Black Tourism Association?
Well, as you know, Bernie, in a lot of cases, the clubs were closed, and it hit the city, it hit the club owners, the restaurateurs, the venues extremely hard. We had several clubs that closed, restaurants that have been closed, shows canceled. And again, this kind of income for our market was devastating. And now when we look at the recovery activities that are going on, a lot of them are not dealing with the main problems that we have, and that's controlling our distribution. Now, obviously, the best and the most fantastic thing would be for us to restore Lismark Distributing, find and see if Miller Beer is interested in reselling that territory to us. Because you have to keep in mind, one of the main things about a distributorship is the fact that you have exclusive territorial rights. We were able to take and put over 30 drivers into a middle-class position with excellent pay, excellent health care benefits. These clubs, packaged liquor convenience stores, the 905s, if you can remember, these stores served the neighborhood communities. And this is extremely important. As you can note that there have been many smaller retailers and manufacturers that are bringing in popcorn, peanuts, things of this nature. So again, we need to get involved into the distribution of goods and services for us. And you know, one of the things at Lismark that ties directly in to tourism that the Colonel taught me about, and I still practice that this today, is that it is vital for everyone to get together to fight for our right to distribute goods and services in our community and benefit from those services.
Sure. I want to come back and ask you, since the city administration, you have a black mayor, how are they going to help you? So we got to take a short break here. But I'd like to remind people that we're at the New Life Evangelistic Center, 2428 Woodson Road in Overland, Missouri. Our zip code is 63114. And I'd like to know that you can come by and bring food for those in need, clothing, and get assistance. We just want to need Reverend Larry Rice, been here for 50 years, helping those in need. And we'll be back with Nelson Harvey after this.
This is an opportunity that God has given all of us at this time to work together to reopen 1411 Locust, which is so urgently needed at this community. I thank God for Bernie Hayes and for his support and standing with us all these particular years. Now it's so critical that you and I do our part also, as Bernie's been partnering with us here at NLEC TV. We've continued to maintain faith, continue to move forward, and now the doors have been opened. The City of St. Louis has approved our architectural plans. We've been given the go-ahead to make the necessary renovations that are needed. We need some miracles, and that's why I'm asking all of you prayer warriors out there, all of you that are going to use that mustard seed of faith to remove the mountains. There's some mountains. Rich and powerful people who move back in the neighborhood, and they don't want 1411 Locust to open. They'd rather leave the people out on the street to slowly die, starved, used, misused, worked over by drug dealers, alcohol, and everything else. We want this place to be a place of hope for those that have lost all hope. And we want to open the doors, and we can do it. As you prayer warriors, go to God in earnest prayer, knocking on the doors of heaven. When He says, ask, it shall be given you, seek, and you shall find, knock, and it shall be opened unto you. Please continue to pray. Pray that God will just let the financial resources come in so we can make all of these repairs. He'll raise up the dedicated laborers for the harvest, that we will continue to see Him do exceedingly abundantly beyond what we can even ask or think. Yes, this is a spiritual battle. The principality and powers are fighting from every direction, but greater is He in us than he that's in the world. And that's why I'm asking all of you to join us in prayer. Believe God with us. Contact us at New Life Evangelistic Center if you believe that there's people God laid on your heart that we should see. Ask for myself, Larry Rice, or my grandson, Chris Aaron Rice, that we can go visit and share the dream with you, and call us at 314-421-3020. Please pray. Get involved now. We need the body of Christ to arise as we work together to reopen this building for the glory of God.
And welcome back. I'm Bernie Hayes. My guest is Nelson Harvey, the president of the St. Louis Black Tourism Association. Nelson, I think we have a poster showing the wonderful poster that you've generated, the travel guide, St. Louis Black Tourism Travel Guide. What is that?
Bernie, the St. Louis Black Tourism Travel Guide is a spinoff of my original publication, St. Louis Nights Magazine, which I started in 1990.
Yeah.
The Tourism Guide is a quarterly publication that will talk about the various clubs, special events that are coming into the city of St. Louis, and making certain that we're able to advertise and promote events. Obviously, the purpose is to generate additional traffic into the city for our Black-owned and operated clubs and restaurants.
How can one reach you, and how can one join and support you?
I have my number, 314-276-2147. You can call me directly, and we can set up an opportunity to sit down and go over. We can show you some of the events and programs that we are going to be producing this year and also in the following years, just to generate traffic, because we know that the most important thing that these club owners, restaurants, bartenders, musicians, DJs, everybody else, they need to be able to generate dollars. And that's what we're trying to do.
Okay, we're a Christian station, and we're trying not to promote that much alcoholism. You know, we're just trying to promote the venues, perhaps, that can benefit the St. Louis Black Tourism Association. And but also, I understand you have a promotion coming up. How can one reach you, first of all, and join the Tourism Association, the Black Tourism Association? Is there a fee or what?
What we're doing, I just recently met with several of my sales representatives that will be going out to all of the boutiques, clubs, restaurants, anybody that's involved in the tourism business. And they can advertise with us. Again, obviously, we're going to be distributing these publications throughout a 300-degree radius around the city of St. Louis, primarily targeting black consumers, trying to get them to come into St. Louis, even our friends from Chicago, Memphis, those kind of activities too. But they can reach me directly at 314-276-2147. And again, we can sit down and go over with them. They can secure ads. We also do a lot of consulting work because, again, I've worked in the industry over close to 50 years, so I know a little bit about the basics of
I noticed that's some of the
activities and promotions.
Yeah, some of the clubs out of Chicago and Indianapolis and so forth. You have bus tours. They come visit St. Louis, and it's actually a tour, a one-day tour that they visit these different venues, I understand.
Well, you know, Bernie, that was one of the motivating things that I felt was important. I mean, buses, we have club owners in St. Louis that have been going to Chicago on weekend excursions for close to 50 years.
Oh, wow.
And that same exchange of dollars from Chicago coming into St. Louis has been going on. And people forget, when we look at, when you say that the NCAA is coming into St. Louis and they're going to generate X amount of dollars, well, that same thing is happening almost every single weekend in St. Louis and in Chicago. But again, we need additional support in terms of promotional activities, signage that can welcome people into St. Louis, getting involved in the tourism, you know, not just saying come to see the art, see the Cardinals, and that's it. No, the history of the city of St. Louis in terms of music, in terms of art, in terms of just the neighborhood look itself is a tremendous opportunity for us to get involved in.
I have a question for you. Now that there hasn't been a black mayor in the city of St. Louis since Harmon and Bosley, but now there is a black mayor. Is she helping you, or is she helping the Black Tourism Association? Have they give you any promises? Is there any hope that they'll be supportive of you?
I think the mayor and her staff is trying to address the root problem, participation, opening up for everybody to come. The COVID funds that they're going to be releasing, hopefully a lot of these club owners and restaurateurs can take advantage of those diehard needed dollars. Obviously, one of the things that we're going to be pushing for is the establishment of a venue, because the city of St. Louis, the city, not the county, the ambassador can take care of the county, and that's another thing itself too. People have talked about the decline of the population of the city of St. Louis, which is true. But from a business standpoint, the St. Louis ADI, which is the area of dominant influence, you still have over 500,000 black consumers that you can reach from a media standpoint, which means obviously a tremendous amount of buying power.
Okay. You have a promotion coming up, Juneteenth. It's also Father's Day. Tell us about this.
Okay, you know, Bernie, this is the type of event that what we want to do is to set a foundation. Juneteenth, as you know, is a celebration of freedom.
Yes.
From 1865, the word came down that, you know, slavery was abolished. And at that point, over the years, many black communities, again, began to celebrate.
We have 2 minutes left in this segment.
Yeah, we want to open up and make certain that the city has an opportunity to celebrate Father's Day and Juneteenth at the same, with a fantastic show. That's
unbelievable. They'd say they fall on the same day this year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how can, you got Bobby Rush, Skeets Rogers, and U.B. Hayes. My wife, actually.
Yes.
This is going to be the ambassador. How can one reach you and get tickets, or or support you?
The tickets are on sale right now at the Ambassador, and the Ambassador's number is 314-869-9090. We have VIP tickets available. We have general admission tickets available. We'll have booths available out there for purchase of items, novelty items. And again, it's a massive celebration of Juneteenth and also Father's Day, but it also provides an opportunity for people to come in and spend money throughout the community. We're doing extra promotional activities in the city and in the county, making certain that the restaurateurs are doing special promotions, the clubs are offering specials, things of this nature. Again, just to create the excitement that is needed in the community all of the time to generate those dollars.
I understand some other agencies will be benefiting from that too. We'll come back and talk about that after this. We're in the New Life Evangelistic Center. Reverend Larry Rice, over 50 years, have been providing services for those in need. We're trying to reopen 1411 Locust Street, downtown St. Louis, Missouri. So if you can help, if you want to help, give back to New Life Evangelistic Center, who's been helping you for more than 50 years. Back with Nelson Harvey after this.
Will you answer the call to purity and service? There are so many people who are hurting in this broken world, and you, as a Christian, can be a light and salt in the world today. By reading the Word of God, we realize that we should take trials and find joy in them, persevere, and win the crown of life at the end of the age. You can make a difference in another person's life by witnessing the gospel to them today. They need to hear it from you. Share your trials and your persecutions and the things that you're going through to build up a community of believers who strongly want to serve and honor God with everything that they have. By loving others in this way, you witness the gospel to them. You give them the ability to find salvation in Jesus Christ alone. Amen.
I'm just a lonesome babe in the world.
Our Black History feature for today is Ella Fitzgerald, who was born April the 25th, 1917 in Newport News, Virginia. Fitzgerald made her important debut at age 17 in 1934 in one of the earliest amateur nights at the Apollo Theater. It was her 1938 version of the nursery rhyme, A Tisket, a Tasket, that became a major hit on the radio and was also one of the biggest selling records of the decade.
A tisket, a tasket, a brown and yellow basket. I send a letter to my mommy. On the way I dropped it.
Her 1945 scat recording of Flying Home would later be described as one of the most influential vocal jazz records of the decade. In her most notable screen role, Fitzgerald played the part of a singer Maggie Jackson in Jack Webb's 1955 jazz film Pete Kelly's Blues.
That's why I'm stuck with, fresh out of luck with the blues.
And she made numerous guest appearances on television shows such as The Frank Sinatra Show, The Carol Burnett Show, The Andy Williams Show, and was a frequent featured guest on The Ed Sullivan Show. Fitzgerald suffered from diabetes for several years in her later life. Her eyesight was also affected. She died in her home from a stroke on June 15, 1996, at the age of 79. Ella Fitzgerald.
Now you can take NLEC TV anywhere as you put the NLEC TV app on your iPhone or mobile device. NLEC TV is an innovative TV station that's on the cutting edge of community service. On NLEC TV, you'll discover wholesome family, community, renewable energy, and inspirational programming. For further information, call 314-436-2424 or go to nlecstl.org.
Welcome back. I'm Bernie Hayes. My guest is Nelson Harvey, president of the St. Louis Black Tourism Association. Nelson, once again, tell us about the Black Tourism Association, what it is, briefly.
The St. Louis Black Tourism Association, our basic mission is to increase the traffic and economic dollars being spent in the black community itself. What we try to do is to position St. Louis as a major destination point for surrounding the 300-mile radius around the city of St. Louis, trying to generate additional traffic from the black community. around in these areas to come to St. Louis and spend their money, which obviously in terms would help the economic stability of St. Louis. But you know, Bernie, you asked me about what the mayor and the administration is doing.
Yes.
I think they're doing a great job in terms of trying to set the base for revitalization of the city of St. Louis, because I was born and raised in the city, and I love the city. I have no problem with the county,
sure.
But the city really needs that attention. They really need to set up, like, as you know, Club 54 was 9 blocks away from the Fox Theater.
Yeah.
Okay, and again, when we talk about diversity, we talk about market segmentation, it would have been, and it still is, hopefully, an idea that the mayor and their people may consider building a venue for us to develop tourism, because there's a tremendous amount of opportunity in terms of employment. We're going to try to train bartenders, bar backs, get people involved into the management of hotels, concessions, the whole bit,
right.
Because it's a tremendous industry that we have to be able to control our own. Okay,
we're going to run out of time, Phoebe. Once again, tell me how you're going to see some organizations are going to benefit from your Juneteenth and Father's Day celebration. Tell us about that and how they can get tickets again and what it's about.
Okay, the Juneteenth Father's Day Juneteenth celebration is going to be Sunday, June the 19th, at the Ambassador, featuring the fantastic Bobby Rush, UV Hayes, and Skeet Rogers. You can call the Ambassador 314-869-9090. It's located 9800 Halls Ferry.
That's right at Lucas and Hunt, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And get your tickets there. VIP tickets are available. General admission tickets are available. And again, part of the proceeds, the net proceeds, will be going to the St. Louis Black Tourism Association, also the Black Hall of Fame, Radio Hall of Fame.
National Black Radio Hall of Fame.
National Black Radio Hall of Fame.
Right, okay.
We also will be trying to develop and, again, generating funds for nonprofit organizations that are going to be pro-St. Louis.
That's great.
And again, from the tourism standpoint, I think this will act as a base for all organizations coming together with one purpose. We want to invite the world to enjoy and experience the Black portion of St. Louis, our entertainment, our food, our general history itself.
Yeah, I noticed that some of the restaurants are bouncing back from COVID,
yes.
And they certainly need the help and support that
There's no doubt about it.
You're providing. Once again, give us your phone number and how we can reach you.
You can reach me directly at 314-276-2147, or you can contact the Ambassador, 314-869-9090, to support our Juneteenth Father's Day promotion. And again, we invite all club owners, restaurateurs, venues, musicians, anybody that is dealing in tourism to get involved and take out an ad in our upcoming travel guide that will be ready for the fourth quarter.
That's wonderful. We're out of time, Nelson Harvey, but it was a wonderful, well-spent time here with you. And I want to say thank you so much. Been knowing you for so many years, and you continually surprise me at the wonderful things you do. Thank you
Bernie,
so much.
it's always good talking to you and seeing you.
Always good seeing you. Thank you, Nelson Harvey.
All right.
And thank each and every one of you also for supporting the National Black Radio Hall of Fame, the New Life Evangelistic Center, and all the other charities around the city of St. Louis. But Reverend Larry Rice has been here 50 years, making sure that your needs are met. I'm Bernie Hayes. Have a great day.